win is a win is a win is a win. As my college coach would say, after every single one, you celebrate every win. So celebrate. NC State won the game last night. Also left with a long list of things to fix. Now, it's better to leave with a long list of things to fix after a victory, so I get it. This is not doomsday. The sky is not falling. I am not Chicken Little right now. But there are things we need to discuss if we're going to be honest about the Wolfpack. First, let's hear from who you just heard from, Dave Doran, on the 24-14 win over UConn.
Yeah, I'm proud of our guys. Road win, first of all. It was a good football team we played. They've gotten a lot better. He's done a nice job with this program. I thought our players adjusted well throughout the game. They came out and did a nice job in their opening drive and showed a bunch of new things that we didn't adjust well in that first drive. Offense did a great job responding. I thought throughout the game, anytime momentum went the other way, we took it back. And Julian Gray had a couple nice kickoff returns too, to help us with momentum.
Let's start with the defense. Defense, I thought, was solid, right? Comes in with high expectations, needs to start better. That first drive was terrifying. And UConn's offense, as we saw as the game went on, is not much to write home about. So that first drive, right when UConn had their bread and butter, they had their scripted plays, they thought about it, they cruised down the field at a pretty alarming rate.
They also had nothing to lose. I mean, you got to give UConn's offense credit for going for it on fourth down early in the game. That's just a testament to, again, you're playing against a team like NC State. That's a notable program in the ACC. Why not go out there and try to make a statement early on your first drive, which they were able to do by scoring a touchdown first?
Exactly. I'll give them credit for being gutsy, but also, as we saw later on in the game, UConn gutsy shouldn't be able to hang with NC State's defense. I think that highly of their defense. So just starting faster is what I'm looking at the defense, but I'm being nitpicky with the defense. The offense, to me, is the place where the list of things to fix gets lengthy. They can't depend on Brennan Armstrong to run as much as he did in last night's game. 19 carries for Brennan Armstrong. 96 yards and 2 touchdowns is nice, but 19 carries is not nice. And a lot of hits taken, and a lot were called pass plays that he had to scramble and take off. It was after last year for NC State where you went through seemingly every quarterback on your roster. That had to be a moment where you're looking around going, oh, we might be in for it again this year, huh? Because Brennan Armstrong keeps standing up after taking these hits, which is good for a night, but I don't know if that's good for a season. Here's Dave Doran on what it says about Brennan Armstrong's resiliency to keep standing up.
He likes contact. One time he got hit, he was like, where's that guy? I'm going to go run him over. Like the guy's just a linebacker playing quarterback. You love that about him. And so he's a tough dude. And our kids will feed off of that, having that kind of guy back there.
Great. Now you know it's that kind of guy back there. Don't make him prove it every week. The offensive line was pushed around at times, both in the run game, which did kind of get going for a little bit. It was very much a running back by committee. But in the pass game, it felt like they were getting pushed around by UConn's defensive front, particularly in that pass protection. And I have to let you know, UConn's defensive front, although improved, is not going to be the most daunting you face. Now, last night, do what you have to do to win the game, right? Brennan Armstrong ending with 19 carries was a bit of a break glass in case of emergency, right? The game was too close. When it was 10-7, minutes, if not almost halfway into the third quarter, yeah, if you have to tell Brennan Armstrong if you see green grass, go get it, go run somebody over, get the win. Do what you have to do to get the win. You can't protect anybody in a game that was that important to win. But that can't be the passing game moving forward. The passing game can't be, we'll call a pass play that we hope is open, and if it's not, oh well, Brennan will tuck it and run. That you can't lean on that. That's a crutch that you don't want to use. And then in the second half, right, he throws a simple hitch. There's some kind of miscommunication in the defense, and the guy is wide open, and it slips right through the guy's hands, meaning the receivers. And Brennan Armstrong's walking off frustrated, and I get it. The frustration makes sense. He's out there laying his body on the line. He finally has an open receiver that he can throw to in rhythm, and it goes right through the old paws. That's not going to be okay. The passing game has to get better. Has to. And if that means singling in, I thought Concepcion made some plays after the catch. Rosner on the crossing route made a nice catch, kind of tiptoed up the sideline. If it means focusing in on a few, focus in on a few. But what I know is that passing game is not going to scare anybody unless it gets a lot better. And that offensive line needs to protect Brennan Armstrong to the point where he doesn't get happy feet, or else he's going to take a lot of hits. 19 carries is too many.
Two things that kind of concerned me with NC State's offense, one being the thing that I talked about in the preseason, they need more tight ends involved. I didn't really see a lot of tight ends get involved last night, and they need pass play. And then with the run game, I don't know how you felt about the 3rd and short situation, but for a lot of State fans that remember Greenville last year, some of the same old stuff, 3rd and short, 4th and 1, just a run right up the middle. Not a lot of creativity on those 3rd down, 4th down situations.
See, I'm love-hate with it. Like if it's 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, and you call a run up the middle, everybody screams about, oh, that's so predictable. Oh, why would you do that? Where's the creativity? I've for a long time, you should be able to get 2 yards without creativity. You know what I mean? You should be able to take your running back and say, go north-south, and tell your offensive line, we need 2 yards of push. I feel you, right? Because I obviously we all saw it on social media. I feel you when you complain about a run up the middle on short yardage, but I also want to look at the players and say, oh, you need creative play calling to get 1.5 yards. I'd like, as a former quarterback, you call a dive, you call a power on 3rd and 1.5. I mean, I'm doing the thing where I ignore the offensive line so everybody doesn't know, right? Because if you start tapping your offensive line on the head in the huddle going like, come on, guys, 1.5 yards, then the defense knows what's coming. But metaphorically, I'm tapping them on the helmets and saying, guys, blow the defense off the ball. Right? Knock them back. We'll get a 1st down. If that doesn't happen, you look at the play caller, you go, what the heck? I look at the line. I look at the running backs and say, what the heck? Can't get 1.5 yards, can't get 2 yards when you're running up the middle. So, again, it comes back to the offensive line. It comes back to the concerns I had, which is your offense should be able to execute in a way that doesn't put everything on Brennan Armstrong, especially in those situations. Don't make him run. Don't make him have to be creative and arts and craftsy on 3rd and 4th and short.